Have you ever found yourself in a position where you don't want to do something, but you don't want to let people down, but you also don't want to let yourself down, and you feel that, no, man, this is not happening for me. You feel like, no, man, this is not going to be what I want to do, but you end up doing it anyway because somebody else wants it so bad. But anyway, that's what we're talking about today. Hey, people, we're talking about, are you a people pleaser? Despite everything, despite you limping, do you find it easy to please other people than yourself? But anyway, welcome to it. This is Truth Syrup, the podcast. I am Spusiso, Press Wakoharem Koko, and this is Yes, Lebo. Have you ever found yourself in that position? One way or the other. Might be something very small, something very insignificant to you. But have you ever felt like you needed to appraise a relationship or please one of your friends?
No, most definitely. Most definitely. Obviously, I learned from it. Now I don't, but I'll tell you why I don't anymore. But I have, especially when it comes to relationships. But the thing about trying to please people is that you affect them in the end because you're not doing things because you want to.
Yeah.
You're doing it because you want to make another person to react in a certain way. And yeah, backfire, especially when that person does not respond to the way you thought they would. Because ideally, when you please a person, you're expecting them to react in a certain way. So what happens if ever they don't react the way you expected them to? Because at the end, they'll tell you, but I did not ask you to do that. You know, you had an option of saying no, even if they asked you, or when you concluded on your own that if ever I do this, maybe you will like me or she will like me better, I'll get a promotion, if ever I do as they say. Because we please people in different elements. It can either be at the job because you think that if ever I'm obedient to my boss, the next promotion I'm gonna get, it can be in a relationship, it can be with your parents versus your siblings, where you're the one where you just want to be the one who outshines everybody else. I used to do that, but it backfired a lot, and I no longer do it. I don't do it. I don't please anybody. I please myself first, and if ever it's not going to serve me, if ever it's not going to make me happy, then
Yeah, but what does it take away from you? I mean, you being what you said, the people pleaser, the crowd pleaser. What does it take from you as a one always giving and giving and giving?
it takes a lot. It's draining. It's draining. I don't want to lie. It's draining. It takes a lot of you because now you're going all out. And in most cases, I don't want to lie to you. In most cases, it's not like you want to do it. Honestly, you don't want to do it, but you do it because of those things. So at the end, you'll be tired, you'll be exhausted, whether physically, whether emotionally. And when you look back, you're like, but for what? Because maybe that reward, it's only, let's say you do get what you expected, you do please them, they're happy. But that will only happen for that short space of time. And then tomorrow, the person is, then are you going to keep on trying to do something for you to get that small reward? Because I think as well with people pleasing, it says a lot about you as a person. I honestly think you are not pleased with yourself. That's why you want people to be pleased by you. And you want your assurance from other people. So the minute you are satisfied with yourself, with your being, even within your faults, then you are not going to look at other people to make you feel. Because remember, once you please a person, they're going to make you feel as if somehow you're important. You have done something in their life to put a smile on their face, or you made their life a bit better, So it does something because you feel important. But as long as you are going to rely on other people, then it's actually a short-term solution, if I can put it that way. It's more like a pill. Headache. You're taking it now, you're getting that, and then you feel better for that time, and then again it's gonna come back. So the only way for me to rectify it, because like I indicated, I've done it. I've done it. And I think if ever I do it now, I don't do it intentionally where I know I'm pleasing you. Somewhere it's because I also wanted to do this thing, you know. So if ever you want to get to a point where it all starts with you, you need to please yourself first. Because once you please yourself, then it doesn't matter who says what or what. You gotta do what you want to do. Whether other people agree with it or not, you're still gonna be true to what you want to do. Because at the end, it's your time, it's your energy.
Right.
You need to pour out from yourself to this person. But I honestly think that in most cases, when you do that, at that point in time, I'll honestly say I had my own doubts about myself.
Yeah, because some of us, I mean me, have had the displeasure of trying to please people. And I've realized that what you're saying is actually true. It takes a lot from you because remember, you're expecting feedback, you know, and you're expecting somebody to say thank you, just a simple thank you. But it never comes to that, you know. It never happens where you find people are really appreciating your efforts as somebody who put aside everything that belongs to them or that they wanted to do, and then focusing on this person. And you are now realizing that it's not working. But by that time, it's already late. I'll tell you something. A lot of people have lost their lives because somehow
They were doing something to please somebody.
they were exactly.
And then they never got the reward they
Yeah.
expected.
And the sad part about that is you can't redo what you said or what you did. You know, let's talk about going out. You don't feel like going out.
But because of, they say, well, bora, or there are this. No, it's not going to be nice when you're not there. You know you are the whatever, and then you just drag yourself to go.
Yeah. And then you haven't paid rent. And like, no, don't worry about it. I know you got it. And then you end up using the little that you had to make sure that this person is happy. You are in a relationship with someone and you don't know what to do to maintain the relationship. What do you end up doing? You end up sacrificing your own comfort zones.
Trying to please a person, thinking they will love you more. So like, if ever I do this, then they will pay more attention to me.
Yeah.
Because they like this thing. I'm not saying don't do certain things, so partake or compromise. But when we're talking about this, it's more of putting yourself completely out to a point that whatever you do, and then whatever comes back to you, then it hurts you.
Yeah.
Because once you compromise, even if you don't get the same results or expectation, you're still fine with it because you're okay, whether you did it or not, you know. But once you are more of pleasing, hey, and it hurts. I don't want to lie, it hurts. It hurts where you go all out.
Yeah.
You go all out to try to please somebody, and all you get back, it's getting thrown with stones.
No.
It hurts. It's not easy to come back from it. But I honestly think as people, we need to be honest with ourselves and analyze as to why do I like to please people? You know, why is it so important for me to try to please this person? Whether it's my boss, whether it's my partner, whether it's my parent, why do I think it's important for me to please people? Because here's the thing, let's say with the work environment, once you understand and acknowledge your importance and your abilities, you will know that you don't even need to your work will speak for itself. You don't have to go and, if I can put it, suck up to anybody in order for you to move to the next level. Because you will know that I know my worth. If ever they know what's good for the organization, they will see my worth and give me what I deserve, you know. So that's why I'm saying that to a certain extent, it's got something to do with your inner self. Because now you are doubting this, and now you're hoping somebody else don't see it, and you try to polish it and package it to other people that somehow they must see you in a different light.
Man, I'm realizing that it means we are looking to be loved more than anything.
Yeah.
And then this thing is psychological. It means it's way deeper than that. Because if we are not able to love ourselves, we are going to look for love externally. And in some ways, we want to blame people for not reciprocating the type of affection that I show them, only because I lack it, only because I can't love myself.
And honestly speaking, you're just setting people up for failure. I know we try, but the reality is you will never get the satisfaction from other people
You'll never.
the way you want it to be satisfied. They can try, but they will never get to that level. That's the reality of it. That's why it says that it all starts with you as a person. Everything starts with you. You cannot, when now you don't value your own value and you expect somebody else to value you. How do you go about that?
I don't think it works that way.
It doesn't. So for everybody out there, I honestly believe it's just important for us to look at yourself and be honest as to why do I think it's so important to play. It's not gonna work. It's not. I know we tried, but it's not gonna work. You're just setting yourself up for failure, setting yourself up for disappointments, because even if you get a bit of it, it will only last for that 2 minutes. And then they will move on. And you're like, or you'll remind them a few weeks later or a month later. You go like, yeah, but I did this, like, but for that person, like, even they even forgot. It was just more of just being sincere and saying thank you. Whether they meant it or not, that's another topic for another day. But it's that we just need to get to that.
I think we need to get to the deeper level of this, like we keep saying, we are from different societies, different families, different attitudes altogether. But here's the thing, loving yourself requires nothing really. It just requires you to literally say no or say yes. If you feel comfortable, say no. And if you feel comfortable saying yes, because certain things don't feel right to you. You know that funny bone that you have, and it's normal.
You can't really say what it is, but you call this is not for me. Yeah.
But you do it. You will just shut it down, and you're like, no, I'm going to do this.
But I think the issue with shutting that inner voice or inner feeling, it's because we fear what people will think of us.
But people will always think what they want to think.
I don't do this. What are they gonna say? What are they gonna say this about? They will think I'm not cool. They will think I'm boring. They will think I'm uptight. They will think this and that about me. So you end up shutting that, not because of you feel that, you know what, despite what I'm feeling, I wanna do this. In most cases, it's got nothing to do with you as a person. When you listen to the reasoning behind it, it will be most of the time associated with other people. What you thought other people will think, of which you don't even have proof that they will even think that way. It's just that you have your own insecurities, and indirectly you are putting those thoughts into other people because that's how you see yourself. And now you don't want to face with how you see yourself, and now you say other people are seeing yourself in that.
And that's the hard part, accepting it and saying, when you watch videos like these, excuse me, when you watch videos like this, you end up seeing yourself, you end up seeing yourself, and you end up, because people have gone into debt buying expensive clothes. There's nothing wrong with it, buying expensive clothes. But why are you doing it? Is it to fill up the void that you have in your heart? Or is it just to make yourself happy? And that's okay for me. Somebody was making an example with a car plate number. And then somebody was saying, I don't mind getting a personalized plate number. But for me, he was speaking for himself. He said, who am I doing it for? Because I'm not the one who's going to be seeing it when I'm driving. People on the outside are going to be the ones seeing it. So who am I doing it for, really? This means I'm doing it for people outside.
Them, when it passes, they know that
they know. Before we went on, we were talking about building up huge houses. And sometimes our intentions are misplaced, especially in investing in such things. question is, why do you need a big house when you live alone? When you don't even go to other rooms? And those are the things we need to keep asking ourselves. Who am I trying to impress, or who am I trying to please? If it's you, I'm happy for you. If it's for somebody else, then I think you need to question the reasons. Because remember, people have got their own things that they're doing. They will not be there with you when times are dark, and you need to make sure that you maintain those spaces that you've built.
I've seen people going into buying things just because of they want to please people. I'll tell you, there was a time when I started working, I bought a specific type of car. And there was a reason why I had that particular type of car. It was for business related. And then when the adventure that I was in terms of the business did not go well, I saw no need for me to continue keeping this car. So I had to get another smaller car, because remember the main reason was for business as well. But now since I'm no longer into that business, then I need another car that will just serve me on my individual capacity. And I remember when I was, you'll joke, oh no, I'm selling this car, because you want to compare at first as to which is the best option. Do you want to go straight to the dealership? Do you get somebody who wants a car, type of thing? And people are like, but why do you want to say this car is nice? But at the end of the day, I'm thinking about, get run flat. Should anything happen to this tire now? Because I had to be honest with myself then.
So you were introspecting.
Because now it could be easier, because already with that car, people had a specific image or opinion about Lim, And now it's so easy for us as people to get caught up on how people treat you based on what they think you have accomplished, So when it was called, yeah, but you've got a nice car, this. And for me to sit and I was telling even close friends and family that, no, I'm thinking of selling this car. The opinions, it could have easily led me to keep it. But I was not going to keep it because I want to keep it. I was going to keep it because of people's opinions about why. So I was going to please them, because now, well, what will people say? But this car, this, it looks odd. But to be honest, like, if ever I please them in keeping this car, if I get a flat tire now, I don't have 10,000 in my account to fix this tire. Number two, this car, the petrol consumption,
it's just too much.
There's also you just start and really chance.
yeah. Or you accelerate, it's empty.
And in traffic, we're talking another thing. So I had to be honest, but this is not sustainable. I cannot keep this anymore. But it comes back to a point that we please people even on things that are not necessary for us to please them with. It's not like Gausane when you are, or let's say they say, do this. No, but you just retired, because everybody now is building a house because they're retired. Now when you feel a project, I must go build a house, I must buy a car and this. At the end of the day, when that money or when you are in trouble because you decided to keep things that will please other people, the same people, should you need their help to bail you out on the things that you decided to keep in order to please them, they're not going to be there to come forth and help you in terms of dealing with that issue. So is it really important or necessary for you to please people at the end of the day? If ever when you need their assistance in dealing with the same thing, they're not going to come around. Chances are they're not going to come around. 99% of the time, they're not going to come around. So is it worth it? I don't think so.
And we now start developing phrases like when days are dark, friends are few. Because somehow we were the light. I think we forget that part. We think the light was just external. It was just standing there. And then now it's dark, it's load shedding, and now friends are few. But in natural respect is that you were the light. you chose to light for those people. Imagine, man. I mean, imagine imagine having a tire right now and you are stressed and you're calling your friends, the ones who said to you, "Don't sell this car."
I want to call you every time when you go somewhere who must use your car.
Yes.
So like, that's nice.
Yes. Yes, the same people. Imagine how many people are on your arsenal who would jump at the opportunity to assist you. That's what we need to check. But once you've developed, is it zero?
Zero.
You know,
How are you gonna sit there?
yeah.
Now, can I just be honest? I learned the hard way. If ever you are sitting there waiting for somebody, I need to be serious on this.
Okay. Okay.
But if ever you're sitting there and waiting for somebody to do something for you or to bail you out on something, you're gonna wait for the rest of your life. If ever you want something for yourself, stand up, do it.
And not because somebody else says you must do it.
No, you must do it. It's nice to get the support, but whether they come or not, it will be nice as a cherry on top. But don't sit there and waiting on people. You're gonna wait forever.
And then I'm going back to the phrase, once you're waiting, you start saying things like, hey, everybody has left me because I'm in the darkness. We watch TV shows that show people who had a lot of money, ended up blowing that money out of fear of being rejected by the public. I mean, somebody has been rejected for so long because of poverty. Now that they've got 10,000 rand, they feel like they are worth something.
They want to prove.
They want to,
well.
Exactly. Now they want to start having a point to prove.
But that's the thing. Where I'm saying it's got nothing to do with you as a person. It's all about other people. If ever you knew your worth, you know you don't even have to go out there and buy people things and prove to them that actually I can afford to buy and show it and just splash the money and say I'm rich. You will know you are rich, whether other people when you look at your account like, I've made it. You don't need to put your balance out there. They will just see with your lifestyle to a point that people will tell you that, Marona, you lying, you've got the money.
Yeah.
And by the time you're trying to convince them that,
imagine, I don't have anything.
So honestly speaking, that's what I'm saying. All this thing, it's more about the individual themselves. Once you are comfortable, once you know your value, once you know your worth, once you know where you stand, what you're all about, and even about the self-acceptance and the self-love, then you will not look at it from other people.
Yeah, and you will not be needy when days are dark. But like we keep saying, these things come from your family, they come from the streets, they come from your job, they come even from your job interview, that you must please the panel so that they can hire you. And that's when I think you need to pull your A game. Yeah, no. But anyway, look, that's where we leave it for today. And thank you very much for continuously consuming this content. But this is what you are trying to talk about. The society will look at you differently. But if it happens that you've lost your job, if it happens that you have lost your car, and then you find it difficult to cope, imagine what happens when you go and ask for help from them. Will they be able to assist you? Are they going to assist you without telling you about your past? And that's what we need to check. Am I busy pleasing people who won't be able to assist me in the long run? And that's what we need to check. Because at the end of the day, like Lebo said, nobody's coming for you. You are your own savior. Stop expecting people to pull miracles and say, "Tada, I'm here, what do you need?"
And make decisions that will make you happy, not the other people.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Bye-bye.
See you soon.